Hi, I'm Amy with Greensboro Public Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make a cloth face mask with a pocket for a filter. First things first, we have to gather our quest materials. You will need a sewing machine. I am using a very basic Singer machine. If you need help with threading or troubleshooting, most manuals are available online through the manufacturer's website, and there are sometimes even videos available online. You'll need thread and one 15 by 7.5 inches piece of cloth and two 1.5 by 4 inches piece of cloth. I am using 100% cotton, but you can use old clothes or sheets or whatever you have. You'll need scissors and two pieces of elastic band about 4 to 5 inches long. If you don't have an iron and an ironing board, you will need straight pins for a step or two and a seam ripper in case you make any mistakes. I am on my 60th mask and I am still making mistakes. It's okay. First, you're going to change your stitch width to 3 or whatever's about in the middle, because some do vary, and then change it to the zigzag. Now we're going to apply a simple zigzag stitch to the short end of your fabric. This will help prevent any fraying on this raw edge. Press down your presser foot gently, and then just let the sewing machine do the work and your hands guide the direction of the fabric. That, and then do it for the other side. Now we're going to take the zigzag stitched edge, fold it over, and press down with the iron on medium heat or whichever setting is right before steam. Try to keep it as even as possible. But one of the great things about this pattern is it's very forgiving. And so you want a slightly crisp edge. And then repeat on the other side. Now we're going to sew an edge stitch, or just a simple straight stitch on the folded edge opposite of the zigzag, about 1/4 inch from the edge. Make sure it doesn't bunch up. You can pull the end a little bit, or if you need to readjust your presser foot, make sure the needle's in the fabric so you keep your place. And then cut the fabric right there, or the thread on both sides. And I like to keep a little coffee mug full of scraps so you don't have to worry about your scraps going everywhere. And then you've got your edge stitch, and then do it for the other side. We're going to sew together these two edges. You're going to overlap it just a little bit. Kind of make the two stitch lines overlap. And then you're going to sew in about 1.5 inches on either side. You can mark it, but you can also approximate it. And I'm not gonna lie, this is a little tricky, but we can do it. You're gonna take your overlap fabric, line it up just so, And then place it underneath the needle. And place the needle down into the fabric. Check underneath to make sure that you didn't get the other side. Straighten that out so it doesn't look bunched. And then you can press down your presser foot. Looks like there's a little bit back there that looks bunched. There we go. Now pull the fabric underneath out with your hand. So make sure it's out of the way of the needle. And so about 1.5 inches. And if you didn't stay on that stitch line, that's fine. Just make sure you reverse stitch a couple stitches and then go forward a couple more to reinforce your stitch. So now you should have about 1.5 inches sewn in on each side. On the overlapping edges, you'll have a little hole for the pocket where you can add a coffee filter. It should look like that. And good news, you just finished the hardest part of this pattern. I'm so proud of you. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew the edge around these 3 sides to seal in and sort of make it a little pocket. You can start by placing your needle on the stitch line up here in that right hand corner, and then just go all the way around. Try to keep it about 1/4 inch from the edge, but like I said, it's a very forgiving pattern and it'll still work if it's a little crooked. That's okay. When you get to this first edge, remember to make sure that your needle is in the fabric before you put up your presser foot, and then rotate the fabric back toward you to do this other edge. This is what you should have so far. On the front, you have 3 edges with the visible stitch line. And on the back, this is the back, with the pocket for the coffee filter if you want. And then there's space up top if you want to add a pipe cleaner to contour to your nose so that it fits better. So we're just going to sew the pleats together. Like so. And does it look pretty? No. Or does it work? Yes. I like to sew going down the pleats instead of up. I feel like it prevents it from getting caught in the presser foot more. Then if you go the other way, pull that out. So it should look like this. So this is what we have now. Next we're going to put the pieces on the side that we can put the elastic through, that we can put behind our ears so we can keep the mask on our face. And we're almost done. So we're going to take our little pieces and attach them to the mask. I like to start on the right side of the back. You're going to want to put the needle in the fabric where it looks like it's going to come sew on this side of the mask, but you're actually going to turn it, put your presser foot down and stitch a few stitches to reinforce this part to the mask. Just a stitch or two, and then back, and then lift up your presser foot with your needle still in the fabric. Make sure that's evenly on the mask and sew down. And then lift your presser foot, turn the fabric again connect it to the bottom part of the mask. Like so. So this is what that little side piece should look like. You can see where I came back onto the mask and then went back. And then each side is reinforced by those back stitches. And then you're gonna flip it over, line it up, and then sew it over there and over here to reinforce the front. Now that the side piece is sewn on, you can just trim off the extra fabric. Like so, and then you've got the reinforcement pieces on both sides, and then just do it to the other side. Once you attach the other side piece, like so, this is the front, this is the back. It's not the prettiest, but hey, it works. Now all you have to do is put the elastic through. You can try to feed it through, or I can show you a trick with a paper clip. Take a paper clip, straighten it out except for this one little hook piece. Put the elastic like so. And then push that through until you can pull it out on the bottom. And there you go. And then you can tie it according to your preference. And I double knot it. And that's your mask. We did it! Thanks for watching, and I hope that this helped. If you do end up making a mask, please share it on Facebook or Instagram and tag the library. Hope to see you soon!